Reality often fractures. There is what is, and there is what could be. In linguistics, we define this as the irrealist mood. It serves as a grammatical marker indicating that a situation or action is not known to have happened at the moment of speaking. While realist moods are used for statements with truth value, the subjunctive is used for simulations. It is a linguistic departure from the solid ground of facts into a world of shadows. It is a sanctuary for liars and dreamers, a mood for those who refuse to settle for the current version of reality. When we use the indicative, we state the truth. I am a mystery author. When we use a subjunctive, we create a simulation. I wish I were a mystery author. This is the form of a frozen command. It sounds archaic, almost biblical. Here, time stands still, and the verb sheds its endings, returning to its pure base form, the infinitive without to. It is used to discuss a present or future hypothetical. They recommended that Aurora stop her investigation. It occurs following verbs of demand, advice, or importance, like suggest, insist, demand, recommend, and adjectives such as desirable, important, essential, imperative, crucial, vital. Reality submits to the will of the speaker. I insist that he stay. In this stay, there is no time. It is a pure concept of action that we impose upon the subject. There is also a concept called the suppositional should. It implies the suppositional mood, often formed using should plus infinitive, which represents actions that are problematic, desirable, or necessary, rather than factual realities. It is commonly used in subordinate clauses after emotional expressions. In formal English, the subjunctive often hides behind should. It is essential that he should arrive on time. This construction gives the speech a touch of formal detachment, demonstrates that the action is extremely important and/or difficult to perform, and adds emotional weight. Did you know that the fixed expressions we use without a second thought are also living fossils of the subjunctive? Thank God. God save the Queen. Long live the King. Heaven forbid. Be that as it may, come what may, so be it, suffice it to say, as it were. These are not mere requests, they are linguistic incantations. Their historical and cultural aspects are particularly fascinating. In Old English, the subjunctive mood was far more prevalent. It was used not to express doubt, but to grant words performative power. In an era where the line between word and action was blurred, the subjunctive served as a tool for altering reality. The phrase, God save the King, literally functioned as an injunction, a prescriptive utterance intended to manifest in reality through the power of the utterance itself. Over time, the English language drifted towards simplification. Most subjunctive forms merged with the indicative. However, in the most critical, emotionally charged spheres of life, religion, law, and the monarchy, these forms became preserved. These phrases evolved into idioms, fossilized phrases. We stopped analyzing their components, perceiving them as single units. We use them as social markers or emotional outbursts, unaware that we are technically violating modern grammatical rules. Here we encounter the most famous phantom of the English language. We use a past tense form to refer to a present situation that does not exist. In the subjunctive mood, the verb to be refuses to acknowledge the singular number. Was yields to were. If I were you. For a profiler, this is a critical moment. While the use of if I was is acceptable in modern colloquial English, it may be perceived as a linguistic degradation. Were emphasizes the distance between who you are and who you dream to be. To make the phrase even more dramatic, one can combine two complex, advanced-level grammatical topics in a single sentence by adding inversion to the subjunctive mood. We discard if and move the verb be in its were form to the front. Were I to choose, instead of if I were to choose. This is the syntax of high style, underscoring the fatality of a choice. The I wish construction is a cry from a personal reservoir of the unfulfilled. I wish I were immortal. You are acknowledging your own mortality while simultaneously creating a phantom of immortality within your sentence. Aurora Edgware, the protagonist of my detective novel, The Death Does Not Cover Its Tracks, knows this. The way a person dreams reveals more about them than the way they act. One can fabricate an alibi, plant evidence, or manipulate the investigation, but the subtleties of grammar hidden deep within the soul are almost impossible to conceal. Before we dive into a true literary detective investigation, here's a small task, some brain candy for you. Imagine you are questioning a witness and they utter one of the following phrases: if I were there, when I was there. In which sentence are they constructing a hypothesis, and in which are they stating a fact? Share your deductions in the comments.